your heart stops. And for the next few minutes, your brain doesn't know that yet. That's not a guess. That's something scientists have actually recorded. In real patients, in real hospitals, in the moments right after the heart flatlines. Because here's the thing nobody tells you about death. It's not a switch. It's a process. And there's a window, a real, measurable window, where you are clinically dead and something inside your skull is still running, still working, still, in some cases, more active than it was minutes before. So what is it doing? Let's go back to the moment the heart stops. No pulse, no blood pressure. By every medical definition, this is death. But your brain runs on oxygen, and oxygen doesn't vanish instantly. There's a buffer, a few seconds, maybe longer, and in that buffer, something strange happens. In 2013, researchers at the University of Michigan put electrodes on the brains of dying rats and watched what happened in the seconds after cardiac arrest. They expected the signal to fade out, slowly, quietly. It didn't. Instead, brain activity spiked sharply, in some measurements higher than during normal waking life. Not chaos, organized, synchronized patterns, in the exact frequency ranges linked to conscious perception. For about 30 seconds, the dying brain looked more awake than the living one. Nobody expected that. And then, in 2022, something even stranger happened, this time in a human. An 87-year-old man was undergoing an EEG for epilepsy when he suffered a fatal heart attack, right there, electrodes still attached. It was an accident of timing that had never been captured before. Doctors got 15 seconds of brain data before his heart stopped, and 15 seconds after. And in those 30 seconds, his brain produced the same rhythmic patterns linked to memory recall. The same patterns your brain makes when you're dreaming or remembering, or, some researchers think, replaying your life. One case, not proof, but enough to make you wonder. Because here's the question that raises. If the brain is still active after the heart stops, is dead happening all at once? Or is it happening in stages, and we've just been calling the whole staircase one word? Doctors actually have a term for this gray zone. They call it the twilight of dying. Not alive, not fully gone, something in between. And this is where it gets stranger. Try this right now. Close your eyes for 2 seconds and picture the very first memory that comes to mind. Whatever popped up, a birthday, a face, a smell of a specific kitchen. Researchers believe that in the final moments, the brain doesn't select memories randomly. It reaches for emotionally significant ones first, the strongest connections, the ones wired in deepest. Which means the last thing many dying brains do might be curating a highlight reel. We don't know that for certain. Nobody's come back to confirm it, and any honest scientist will tell you that. But the pattern in the data, the synchronized, memory-linked waves, the surge instead of the fade, keeps showing up in study after study, on rats, on humans, in hospitals around the world. So the heart stopping isn't the end of the story. It's the start of the last chapter. But here's the part almost nobody talks about. This window doesn't just explain strange brain data. It might explain something else entirely. Near-death experiences, the tunnel of light, the sense of calm, the feeling of leaving your body. For decades, people dismissed these as hallucination or wishful thinking or oxygen-starved panic. But a brain in this surge state isn't panicking. It's firing in patterns associated with vivid, lucid perception, which means those reports, the light, the calm, the clarity, might not be your brain malfunctioning on the way out. They might be exactly what a brain does when it's running its very last program. So what actually happens the moment you die? Not silence, not instant blackness. For a brief window, measured in seconds, maybe longer, your brain appears to do the opposite of shutting down. It organizes. It focuses. It may even reach one last time for the moments that mattered most. We started by saying your heart stops and your brain doesn't know it yet. Now you know what it does in that gap. And maybe that's the strangest and quietly the most comforting thing science has found in this space. The last thing your brain may be built to do isn't fear. It's remembering.